We have been conditioned by a relentless culture that worships hustle. The mantra is clear: push harder, work longer, grind your way to the top. We're told that success is a direct result of sheer force of will, and that any struggle is simply a sign that you need to lean in even more. But Owen Hermstring's philosophy exposes this as a profound, energetic lie. He argues that over-effort, the frantic pushing and forcing of outcomes, doesn't create flow. It broadcasts a powerful signal of resistance, struggle, and a lack of trust in the universe, actively pushing your desires further away. Think of your energetic field as a sail on a ship. When you are in flow, the winds of the universe fill your sail and propel you forward with minimal effort. Hustle is the equivalent of abandoning the sail and trying to row frantically against the current. Your action is immense, but your forward momentum is minimal, and you are exhausted. Hermstring posits that every moment of over-effort is a direct broadcast of your doubt that the universe can and will support you. In his manuscript, he is unequivocal. The universe is a river of flow, not a wall to be broken down. When you try to force your way, you are broadcasting a signal of resistance, and the river will only ever reflect that resistance back to you. This is a crucial distinction. The universe doesn't see your discipline. It feels your desperation. It doesn't respond to your struggle. It responds to your frequency. And the frequency of struggle is a low, dense vibration that repels the ease and synchronicity needed for effortless manifestation. This energetic lie is particularly insidious because it is disguised as a virtue. It makes you feel productive and virtuous for burning yourself out, all while silently draining your field. The feeling of exhaustion and burnout you experience is a direct, energetic feedback loop, telling you that your actions are out of alignment with the natural flow. It's the universe's way of saying, you are trying too hard. The creative who forces themselves to write 10 pages a day, regardless of inspiration, ends up with strained, lifeless prose. The entrepreneur who pushes through exhaustion to make one more sales call, only to feel a pervasive sense of dread, is caught in this trap. They are not broadcasting the frequency of confident success. They are broadcasting the frequency of a frantic, desperate grind. The universe, in its infallible mirroring function, responds by sending more friction, more obstacles, and more reasons to believe that the door is locked. The solution is not to stop taking action, but to change the energy behind the action. It is a radical shift from forcing the river to move to aligning your sail with the current. It's about trusting that when you are in flow, the universe will provide the wind. It's an act of faith that your desired outcome will arrive with ease, not with exhaustion. If the frantic broadcast of hustle is a signal of resistance, what is the magnetic signal of success? The answer, according to Owen Hermstring, is the frequency of ease. This isn't a passive state of laziness or inaction. It is a powerful, active state of energetic alignment and trust. When you broadcast a frequency of ease, you are telling the universe that you believe in its ability to support you, that you trust the process, and that you are in a state of flow with the natural current of reality. It is the opposite of pushing against the river. It is the sensation of letting go of the oars and allowing the current to carry you effortlessly toward your destination. Hermstring is clear that this is a choice, not a circumstance. He sees that our need to control and force outcomes is a broadcast of deep-seated doubt. When you are in a state of ease, your energetic field is calm, confident, and open to receiving. In his manuscript, he captures this perfectly. Ease is not the absence of action, it is the presence of trust. When your broadcast is one of alignment, the universe conspires with you, not against you. This is the key to effortless manifestation. When you remove the friction of resistance, your frequency becomes a powerful magnet, and the universe responds with synchronicity, serendipitous opportunities, and a flow of resources that feel magical. It's like the universe is saying, Finally, your signal is clear. Here are the people, ideas, and circumstances you need to bring your vision into reality. This shift in frequency is often visible in the results. Consider the creative who stops forcing their work and instead enters a state of playful flow. Their effortless creations suddenly resonate with a wider audience. The entrepreneur who releases the desperate need for sales and instead focuses on joyfully serving their customers finds the business flows in from unexpected places. The person seeking a relationship who stops frantically searching and instead focuses on cultivating their own sense of peace and wholeness suddenly finds a true, aligned connection that appears without effort. In all of these cases, the person has shifted their broadcast from one of strained struggle to one of magnetic ease. This isn't about sitting on the couch and waiting for things to happen. It's about taking action from a state of calm confidence, not frantic desperation. The emotional charge behind your action is everything. When you take inspired action from a place of ease, it's a signal of faith. When you take forced action from a place of struggle, it's a signal of doubt. The universe, in its perfect mirroring function, responds only to the energy of your broadcast, and the frequency of ease is one of the highest and most attractive signals you can send. Now that we understand the illusion of hustle and the magnetic power of ease, a crucial question arises. How do you know if your action is helping you or draining you? Not all action is created equal, and Owen Hermstring teaches that the key is to discern the energetic signal behind it. There is a world of difference between forced effort, which pushes against resistance, and inspired action, which flows with the current of your true frequency. This topic will provide you with the tools to tell the difference. Forced effort is a signal of the ego and its fear. It feels like a grind, a heavy obligation, a struggle. It is driven by the belief that you have to do something to get what you want. Your body feels heavy, your mind is resistant, and you are pushing against a powerful current. It's an action taken from a frequency of not enough and a desperate need to control the outcome. Hermstring is precise in his teachings. True guidance feels like a pull, never a push. Forced effort is a broadcast of panic. Inspired action is a broadcast of certainty. When you are pushing, you are broadcasting a signal of panic, fear, and struggle, which, in Hermstring's universe, can only ever attract more struggle. The artist who forces themselves to paint for 8 hours a day, fueled by a panicked deadline, is engaged in forced effort. The result is often strained, lifeless work. The entrepreneur who cold calls clients with a knot in their stomach is broadcasting desperation, repelling clients. These actions are draining because they are out of alignment with your core frequency. In contrast, inspired action is a signal of your soul and its trust. It feels effortless, joyful, and often spontaneous. It is accompanied by a burst of energy, a clear flash of intuition, or a feeling of, "I get to do this." It is an action taken from a state of trust, knowing that it is the right next step. Your body feels light, and the actions seem to unfold with a natural rhythm. The creative who feels a joyful pull to a canvas at 2 a.m. is taking inspired action. The entrepreneur who feels a spontaneous urge to reach out to a specific person and has a natural, effortless conversation that leads to a breakthrough partnership is acting from flow. This is the magnetic signal. These actions are energizing because they are in perfect alignment with the flow of the universe. They are a broadcast of certainty which attracts effortless results. So, how do you tell the difference in your own life? Hermstring gives a simple, powerful tool. Listen to your body. Your body is your most honest, energetic compass. Does a task feel heavy and draining, like you're dragging yourself to do it? That's a push, a sign of forced effort. Does it feel light, exciting, and like you're being pulled forward by an invisible force? That's a pull, a sign of inspired action. By consciously choosing to follow the pull, you are actively moving out of the frequency of struggle and into the magnetic flow of the universe. This allows you to stop wasting your energy on futile pushing and start directing it toward actions that will bring your desires to you with grace and ease. Have you ever thought of someone you haven't spoken to in years, only for them to text you a minute later? Have you stumbled upon the perfect book, met the perfect person, or heard the perfect piece of advice at the exact moment you needed it most? Most people dismiss these moments as pure coincidence, a lucky break. But Owen Hermstring sees them as clear, undeniable proof that you are in energetic alignment. He teaches that when you stop trying so hard and enter a state of flow, the universe begins to communicate with you, weaving a golden thread of synchronicity that acts as your divine GPS, guiding you with effortless grace toward your desires. In Hermstring's philosophy, the universe doesn't whisper its guidance, it resonates with it. Your frantic hustle and over-effort, as we discussed in Topic 1, create such a loud, chaotic broadcast that these subtle signals of synchronicity are completely drowned out. You are too busy pushing the door to see that a window is opening on its own. Hermstring illustrates this beautifully. The universe does not whisper its guidance. It weaves a golden thread of synchronicity. You will only see the thread when you cease to be a rower, straining against the current, and become a sailor, trusting in the wind's direction. This is the energetic feedback loop. When you take inspired action from a place of ease, you send out a clear, confident signal. The universe receives it and responds by arranging the perfect circumstances, meetings, and insights needed for your path to unfold. These synchronistic events are not magic tricks. They are direct, tangible manifestations of your alignment. This golden thread is the universe's way of saying, yes, you are on the right track. Keep going. The key is to be present and aware enough to see and follow the thread, which is impossible in a state of chaotic busyness. Consider the entrepreneur who, instead of frantically cold calling, feels an inspired pull to attend a seemingly random online workshop. There they have a 5-minute conversation that leads to a perfect partnership. The hustler would have been too busy to notice or attend. The person in flow follows the thread, and the universe provides the connection. Or think of the artist who feels drawn to a remote hiking trail, and on that trail, an idea for their masterpiece strikes them with a clarity they've never felt before. The synchronicity is the signpost. By following the intuitive pull, they found the missing piece of their creation. This requires a profound trust in yourself and the universe, a willingness to let go of your logical plan and follow the magical signs. When you do this, your life becomes a series of effortless, joyful events, where doors open for you instead of having to be broken down. It's a life where your desires flow to you along the golden thread of alignment, confirming with every magical coincidence that you are in perfect resonance with your path. How many times a day do you find yourself saying, I have to go to work, I have to pay bills, or I have to go to the gym? This seemingly innocuous phrase is, in Owen Hermstring's view, a powerful, energetic trap. It is a subtle but devastating linguistic currency that broadcasts a signal of obligation, resentment, and burden. It's a low vibrational signal that tells the universe you are operating from a place of limited choice, a victim of your circumstances. But Hermstring reveals a simple, radical reframe that can instantly change your broadcast and activate your alignment, shifting your language from I have to I get to. The energetic difference between these two phrases is monumental. When you say I have to, your body tightens, your mind feels resistance, and your energetic field contracts. You are broadcasting a signal of reluctance, telling the universe that you are pushing against the current of your own life. This, in turn, creates friction and blocks the effortless flow of manifestation. Hermstring is crystal clear on this point. The vocabulary of your inner dialogue is the ultimate transmitter of your frequency. When your language shifts from I have to I get to, you instantly change your broadcast from a signal of obligation to a signal of empowerment. The phrase I get to is the language of an aligned broadcaster. It is a signal of gratitude, abundance, and free will. It opens your energetic field, allowing flow to enter. Let's apply this in a practical way. The professional who says, "I have to go to work," is broadcasting a signal of dread, which makes the workday feel heavy and draining. They are energetically repelling opportunities for joy and ease in their job. But when they reframe it to, "I get to go to work and use my talents to create value," their energetic field opens up. They are broadcasting a signal of gratitude and empowerment, which makes the day feel lighter and more productive and attracts recognition and fulfillment. The person who says, "I have to pay these bills," is broadcasting a signal of scarcity and burden, trapping themselves in a cycle of financial stress. The person who says, "I get to pay these bills because I have abundance flowing in," is broadcasting a signal of financial sovereignty and gratitude, which magnetizes more money and opportunities. The difference is not in the action, but in the energetic signal behind it. This is the key to daily energetic calibration. By consciously catching yourself saying, "I have to," and deliberately reframing it to, "I get to," you are actively choosing your broadcast. You are reminding yourself that every action is a choice, not a prison. This practice is a powerful way to weed out the low-frequency thoughts that accumulate in your field. It transforms burdens into opportunities and obligations into acts of creation. It's a simple yet profound tool that allows you to move from a state of resistance to a state of flow, making you a powerful, aligned broadcaster who is ready to receive the effortless abundance that the universe is sending. You have stepped off the energetic treadmill of hustle. You've learned to follow the golden thread of inspired action. You've even mastered the language of empowerment. Now, what is the ultimate feeling, the final frequency that ties it all together? It is the joy of the flow state. This is the ultimate destination, not the outcome itself, but the feeling of effortless creation, where time melts away and your actions are in perfect harmony with your deepest purpose. According to Owen Hermstring, this state of joy is the highest and most powerful frequency you can broadcast, making you an irresistible magnetic force for everything you desire. The flow state is a broadcast of pure resonance. It is a feeling of complete alignment, where your signal is so clear and powerful that the universe has no choice but to reflect back an effortless reality. It's a state of being where all resistance, doubt, fear, and chasing dissolves, because you are simply being the frequency of creation itself. Hermstring captures this beautifully in his work. The ultimate destination is not the outcome you desire, but the flow state in which it is created. Your joy is the ultimate broadcast. It is the feeling of creation itself. This insight reveals that your joy is not a reward for manifestation. It is the very engine that drives it. The more joy you feel in the process, the more effortless your path becomes. Let's revisit our core examples to see the full circle of this journey. The entrepreneur has stopped grinding, topic 1, and forcing ideas, topic 2. Now, they are in a joyful flow state where ideas and solutions arrive effortlessly, topic 4. Partnerships appear through synchronicity, topic 4, and work feels like play, topic 5. Their magnetic frequency is one of pure creative joy, and the universe responds by sending more opportunities for joyful creation. The artist is no longer forcing their craft, but is lost in the effortless joy of the creative process, allowing their unadulterated signal to reach its audience without resistance. The person seeking a relationship has cultivated self-love and completeness from a previous message, and is now living in the joy of their own company, radiating a frequency of authentic happiness that is irresistibly magnetic to an aligned partner. In each of these cases, the external outcome becomes simply a reflection of an inner state that has already been achieved. This journey, from the exhausting push to the effortless pull, is the essence of Hermstring's message. All of the previous lessons, leaving hustle, embracing ease, taking inspired action, following synchronicity, and changing your language are tools to help you enter and maintain the flow state. The flow state is not a gift. It is the natural byproduct of your aligned broadcast. By prioritizing your joy and your flow, you cease to be a chaser and you become the ultimate magnet, allowing your desires to flow to you in a stream of effortless creation. If Owen Hermstring's message resonated with you and you're ready to stop pushing and start flowing, this is your invitation to join our community. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the notification bell. We're building a movement of aligned creators who are stepping into their power and manifesting with ease. Don't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll share practical techniques for cultivating your flow state and maintaining your high vibrational frequency. Leave a comment below and share. What's one area of your life where you're ready to stop trying so hard and start aligning instead? Your journey to effortless creation begins today.